Great morning. Okay, so this is Christian and this is the Vortex. Okay, so today what we're just going to have here for you is to give you a, a breaking story. Okay, so what was the thing that is basically happening to ourselves? Okay, so um you've known me to be sharing those things that we have in life, those things that are encapsulated within our life cycles and our daily, say like adventures. Okay, so today, it's already April 21st of 2020, and it's around 2:47 in dawn here. Okay, so, we are, say like in a second wave of our quarantine. Okay, so, this is a version wherein it was been downgraded. Okay, so previously we're housed in a 5 star. Okay, so and now we're just raised. I mean, housed in a 2 stars, 3 stars rather, hotel. Okay, so that is the update, and then the event came so fast. Okay, so the so to say the timelines agrees to what we usually known Fast and Furious. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so you know, we were always been a technical person. Okay, so um once say like a computer engineer, you would always be within you yourself, you would always have to bring that fundamentals within you throughout the planes of your walks or journey in life. Okay, so it just happened that we get an offer. Okay, so this is just an entry, and it is already expected that we are going to say like do jobs that are related to information technology, and it's not that very should we say thorough. So it is just say like um support. And anyways, okay, so you know, the start is just the very say like difficult thing to do here in information technology. And once you already had so to say had a patchwork, or you already had the um the cadence to do more, then that would already be continuously going to pour down all of those learnings that you were trained ever ever since. Okay, so that is it. And then okay, so after long years, okay, so we're not been able to get a work. Okay, so then there's a COVID. Okay, so there's a virus, a pandemic outbreak that is happening to the world, and it freezes individuals from different, so to say, aspects in business. Okay, so and um we were here affected here in the Philippines as well. Okay, because we rather save lives rather than should I say continuing to run our businesses to earn for ourselves and for those that are strength attached to ourselves. Okay, so it's um it's a sad part that everybody's going to suffer. Okay, so I see that this pandemic would still have to go into months. Okay, so this will still going to spread say like um outbursts, should I say danger to to the world. Okay, so something like that. But we're just going to pray fervently that this is going to end too soon, right? So that is it. And okay, so um it's as if that this is a challenge to the modern world. Okay, so we do have all of the technologies, we do have the best set of skills of humanity that can combat the said, should I say, enemy that we have. Okay, so that is what we see, what we foresee on this. Okay, so at least in the near future to come, so if there would be much more stronger virus that is going to invade humanity, so at least we are already ready to face the challenge again. All right, so that is it. And anyways, okay, so I'm just going to focus again to the work that we have, because this is the most imperative. Okay, so that was been given greater value to so many other aspect that we have recently, because this will always have to grow. Okay, so this would always have to figure out what we're going to face in the next coming of years or coming of days. Okay, so that's the thing. All right. Okay, so it's moving so fast, like the technology that we have, like the mind of the people, is it really uh, elongates into um, um, something like we really have to keep abreast with the courses of events. Okay, so something like that. It's like a typhoon that you really have uh, to say like obey and just follow, something like that. And then, okay, so after that, okay, so we get a friend. Okay, so and then he has basically a position to a certain corporate, and the say like the good story here is that you know we're just so fortunate enough to manage their own lives. Okay, so something like that, and God works in so many directions. God works in so many in very mysterious ways or something. I don't know. Will not uh be at the first sight. Okay, so we're not going to um think that um there's no any other hope that is going to retain within ourselves. Okay, so we'd always have to project uh say thing that is so positive within ourselves. Okay, so something like that. And then you got a batchmate. Okay, so I'd always have to say that, yeah, could you please profile me to your team or something? Okay, so yeah, you really have to bow down to all of the things that you have. Okay, so you stay humble. Okay, so stay grounded. Okay, so as much as you can. All right. Okay, so after that, what is basically happening is we say like um I was being processed for technical support specialists. Okay, so that is actually the position that I am recently holding, and it's sort of basic, uh should I say, uh computer assembly. Okay, so you're going to assemble computers for referrals. Okay, so those auxiliaries of the computers. Okay, so then you know it say like remains technical in so many other discussion or others in other some in other points. Okay, so we're not going to delve more than that. Okay, so I am just going to explain to you what are those happening that is taken in into our being. Okay, so as a Christian. Okay, so yeah, um, it's sort of say like um a description that I really wanting to take that part on my resume, on my credentials. Okay, so that would be the thing that is happening. And then um, you know, from this, should I say, meanest jobs. Okay, so for sure you'll be able to acquire skills that will help you connect to a different set of should I say set of skills that you're going to nurture again and to walk through with the footsteps of the ladder. Okay, so something like that. And according to some experts, okay, so there's no should I say a rapid should I say way to success. Okay, so you really have to undergo should I say procedures and tests, experiments or something. Alright. Okay, so that is it. And then, okay, so yeah, um, the HR, I did submitted my resume to the HR, and then the HR basically gave me so like the information that, oh, okay, so this is the thing that you're going to do, because it's not a thing that we're calling a normal this point in time. Okay, so this is 2020. Okay, so April 21st of 2020. I think it's already been 3 months that we're suffering this should we say COVID-19 virus. Okay, so that is it. And then we remotely processed. The application has been pushed through a telephone. Okay, so the interviews together with those requirements that you're going to need, orientation. Okay, so it's not a thing that we can call something new. So like that. And then yeah, um say like the um the there would be say like a thing that would could always have to get you into the maturity of your being as a person. By the way, okay, so before I'm going to proceed, okay, so I'm just going to highlight this very important, should I say, this point in my life, because previously, okay, so there would be say like an assessment that I made. Okay, so one of the assessments that I was able to have is that they feel something that I am a weird person. Okay, so they feel that I really have to let myself check to a certain professionals, because we can no longer carry those should I say words from the people that surrounds you. Okay, so you know um there might really be something that I always bring. Because whether you were just performing your obligations, because you are just say like making the best that you can define to yourself to the description that was been provided to you. However, okay, so all of your surroundings, okay, so they will be able to say like look and watch uh what would be the thing that you think can really discourage you as as an individual. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so weird. Okay, so that is the usual comment of the people. And I get into the limelight of the 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 words weird. Okay, so I see that I I can just go ahead and speak with Americans over the phone, and then I am not speaking with my surroundings. So they feel that there's something wrong, okay, so something like that, and I cannot carry obligations. I cannot stand with the challenge, right? Because um, we'll a matter of communication. Okay, so a matter of, should I say, presenting yourself to be being so conversationally effective, and that is the one that you're looking for. Okay, so those individual that can eloquently say like or enunciatively say like convey message that they think uh, they can say that this person is a good leader, this person is worth, should I say, mammoth, so to consider as one. Okay, so something like that. And I'm not going to dwell much on that. Okay, so I would always have to bring a certain logo that I would always have to bring the the great smiles within me. Okay, so and that is as well. They are so irritated with, okay, so they're aggravated with my smiles. Okay, so because I'm just laughing despite of the griefs that they are feeling or something. So they would always be affected with it. Because in a certain situation, why I would always have to look, uh, say like a different disposition to it because I would always have to make it sure that this fight is a fight that is worth to get a smile. Okay, so I have to make it sure that this, should I say, courage, this fear will be converted into something positive way. So I really don't have to get a lot of, I should say, I'm not going to get affected with a lot of things. Okay, so you know, um, it would always have to define them. The Maserati is a different kind of person. Okay, so they would always have to say that there is something wrong with our brains, something. Okay, so but then I just laugh at that. Okay, so 'cause, even Albert Einstein's, even those greatest folks of all times, they were as well been called like an idiot, like a person that has mental incapability. They would always been looked as a person that has something like mental discrepancy, something like that. And anyways, okay, so yeah, I did not give any refutes at all. Okay, so I'm just getting let it flow like a fluid. That we have to take it in as it is, because it's the nature of fluid to just flow. Okay, so Christian would always have to um, be with the flow. Okay, so be fluid and say like bland. Okay, so really are not going to force yourself to blend to people that has different mindsets and everything. Okay, so but yeah, something like that. And this is all about communication. So I just got wonder. Okay, so and then they paired it with wordness as well. Okay, so you know, we can say and we can speak and even discuss to uh to an American or say like any other foreigners over the phone with the thing that's happened as long as they're listening. Okay, so something like that. And then to the Filipinos, okay, so I cannot speak or I cannot deliver well. Okay, so they would always have to say that uh, uh, I am not worth it. Okay, so something like that. So that basically happens. And then to make the story, should I say, concluded. Okay, so it never became successful because first and first thing, they say like provided opportunity, I think. Okay, so but they did not provided the seed for you to fulfill that certain obligation. Okay, so because it's just a matter of word, and they're going to wait for you to be matured with the way you speak. Okay, because they believe that you cannot deliver, you cannot coach a group of people, you cannot lead a certain flock. Okay, so and then me as part of the flock. Okay, so that is the responsibility. That is the thing that was been um, provided, that was been, should I say, um, scripted to be on your, should I say, on your role, something like that. So let us just take that word role, right? Okay, so yeah, um, we are still going to remain who we are. Okay, so if they really can say like scope and with our personality as a person. Okay, so yeah, um, I would had rather should I say offer this should I say hard works to so many other else. Okay, so after that, okay, so yeah, I was hired as a technical support specialist. Okay, so that would just have to assist some basic goods for the computer peripherals, devices. Okay, so something like that, and then um, so like prepare sets of image for a certain desktop or say like that. Okay, so and you know um they got some issues with their computers as well. Okay, so we were trying to do that. That is just the top view of everything that we had before. Okay, so something in my educational years. Okay, so something like that. And then after that, okay, so yeah, you, it's we the RSF, I should say, focus with how I deal with other people. Okay, so they're much more focused with uh, what is the real responsibility that I really am going to perform. Okay, so instead of going to focus that, so I have to focus myself to people. Okay, so how would I have to be myself and share maturities with them? Okay, so you really don't have to. This is a sort of a rhetoric. Okay, so sort of maturity toward speaking ability. Okay, so you're not going to say that one directly to them, but you're going to say that not in a direct way, in a very abstract way, the way they're going to interpret it. Okay, because they think that that is normal. Okay, so something that is the usual thing that a person does. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so I am going to cut this short. Okay, so we're going to get back to you once we already had so like move an inch to this particulars. Okay, so so far, okay, so the complaints that I received, okay, so it's almost similar to what is the past. Okay, so sort of communication. Okay, so this is where we fail. Okay, so if ever we're going to fail for this, okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is to look for a corporate that can provide this weakness a venue for us to look at this as a positive, as an advantage to ourselves. Okay, so I still wasn't been able to take a look at that corporation that can provide us those. But if just given, okay, so um we believe that I believe in myself. I entrusted my 38 years life within my decisions, within my um for initiatives and how I did should I say journeyed this life with those years. Though it's not easy. Okay, so the footsteps that I carry over my loads is really heavy. Okay, so but we still are going to carry this on. Okay, so something like that. And okay, so for those, by the way, okay, so this has already been a great venue for me to express my great altitude of thanks to this person that is still within us, believing on our capability as a person, believing what we can do. Okay, so, and for those who really don't believe in us, okay, so yeah, I am still crediting you as part of this challenging adventure that I got in my life. Okay, because without you, okay, so I really can't define um where I am as a strong person, where am I as a weak person. Okay, so you would always be the should I say the balancer. So what I am and who am I as a person. Okay, so again, from uh, the being part of myself. Okay, so from a Christian that was been crafted by God. Okay, so in and out. Okay, so yeah, I am going to say thank you uh to to everyone. Okay, so yeah, have a great day. Okay, so that is just the thing that I'm going to break. Okay, so technical support specialists or keyword for today. See you soon. Okay, so yeah, we're still going to speak a lot of things to this field. Okay, so if given the best training ground, the best, should I say, venue for us to acquire uh, more than a skill. Okay, so you take good care, have a great day, and yeah, good morning. This is the Vortex. This is Christian. Have a great day.